Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to Rock and Roll True Stories. And Metallica has a big announcement that they made today. They kind of had a week leading up to it where they were teasing a lot of fans with some sort of mysterious announcement. And it was just kind of weird because James Hetfield it was announced he was going to rehab a couple weeks ago. And it was revealed today that Danny Wimmer Presents will be doing something special for Metallica fans in 2020. So they've invited Metallica to headline all five of their major hard rock festivals next year. Not only that, but the band is going to be playing special sets for each of the events. So Epicenter, Welcome to Rockville, Sonic Temple, Louder Than Life, and Aftershock will all feature Metallica playing two separate headlining sets at each stop. And these events will be the only chance to see Metallica at a US festival in 2020. So in addition to the two appearances at each festival, Metallica is also going to be doing a unique set list for each performance, which will result in over 10 different shows over the course of the year. So if you guys are a hardcore Metallica fan, you may want to save up, and if you're planning on going to see them anyways, at least now you'll get a different show at each concert, which is something that they can teach Guns N' Roses, who just keep recycling the same set list every pretty much every show. So most of these festivals happen in May. So Epicenter is going to take place in early May, which will be followed by Welcome to Rockville. And then the other festival, Sonic Temple, takes place in May. But then the second round of festival dates they'll be playing, like the Louder Than Life, happens in later part of September, while Aftershock is the last festival they'll play, which happens in Sacramento, which goes from October 9th to the 11th. So tickets will go on sale actually today. They went on sale at 3 p.m. Eastern for fan club members. And then the general public sale starts on Monday, October 14th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So if you guys went to Metallica Double X last week, there was like a countdown clock, and a lot of people were wondering what that announcement was going to be. Some people thought it could be an anniversary announcement, but a lot of people rightly assumed that it was going to be some festival announcements as well. So it seems like James Hetfield should be back and healthy by then, hopefully, and they're going to continue on with these touring plans. But no word on what happened to their canceled tour dates in Australia and New Zealand. Turning now to some other Metallica news that kind of flew under the radar. So Metallica has won a merchandise trademark battle in Chile. So Metallica is finally going to be able to sell their own merchandise in the country of Chile after more than a decade of being barred from doing so, having recently won a protracted landmark battle in the country. So there's a Chilean businessman known as Horacio Mardones who registered a logo identical to Metallica for use on clothing and footwear in the country, and basically gave him the exclusive right to sell Metallica branded merchandise there. Now, Metallica attempted to fight this guy in 2012 and lost the case, but the Chilean Supreme Court have now annulled that decision after attorneys for the band made a persuasive argument. Other brands based in the United States have often had issues with trademark system in Chile, and Metallica's attorney basically said we're now able to show the Metallica brand is well known abroad and that Mr. Mardones was using a brand in bad faith. Now, the decision comes just in time for Metallica's fifth ever show in Chile, scheduled to take place in April of next year. Now, it's that time of the year when we always find out who is eligible, or at least who's nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the class of 2020. And that announcement's going to be made on October 15th, which is next week. But it turns out there's a fan poll that's been held at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum, and some of the results have started to come in. So Motley Crue, Blink-182, and Iron Maiden are leading the Rock Hall fan, with more than 80,000 votes which have been cast at the museum in Cleveland during the year. Following close behind them include the Dave Matthews Band, Cher, Styx, Boston, and Weezer are next up on the list. But it's important to remember that this vote has no bearing on the list of nominees for the class of 2020, which will be announced next week. So anybody who visits the museum can take part in the poll, which is separate from the annual fan vote that takes place once the nominees have been revealed. So according to the poll, Motley Crue got about 3,152 votes, Blink-182 accumulated almost 2,200 votes, while Iron Maiden is third with 1,771, and Weezer's at the bottom of the list with 1,295. So in order to become eligible for induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it has to be 25 years since the group has released their first album. Now, among those who become eligible this year include Weezer, Korn, Oasis, Sleater-Kinney, and Wilco. And there's still a long list of rock acts who are already eligible but have not been inducted, including Motley Crue, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Motorhead, Pantera, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Rage Against the Machine, and Blink-182 won't be eligible until next year. And in March of this year, Motley Crue bassist Nikki Sixx said his band was probably blacklisted from entering the hall, saying, "We were told that we would never get in because of how we acted, so that's kind of it," he went on to say. Meanwhile, Iron Maiden singer Bruce Dickinson called the establishment vulgar and added that it was run by a bunch of sanctimonious, bloody Americans who wouldn't know rock and roll if it hit them in the face. So he's kind of channeling some of the Sex Pistols' attitude when they were nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as well. So that does it for today's news, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Are you guys big followers of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and have you been to the museum in Cleveland? Let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll be having another Rock and Roll True Story episode to start you off in the morning. Take care.